你们看啊，这都是那个南门坡下头翁家沟那个地方，公路直接冲淡了这。
Recently, due to the impact of rainfall on upstream water, Cangtai, Shangtun, Heilong, and Guo Counties in Tanghe County, Nanyang City, Henan Province, the water inundation in Tan and other cities was very severe. Several villages were flooded, water and electricity were cut off, and many people were trapped. Local public security, fire, emergency, and social rescue forces were mobilized to carry out rescue operations and safely evacuate people trapped overnight. Nanyang experienced extreme rainstorms with rainfall exceeding 600 millimeters in 24 hours at Sheban Dafeng Camp. Since early this morning, the Nanyang Basin in Henan Province has experienced extremely heavy rainfall, and extremely heavy rain has occurred in Nanyang, Zhoukou, Xuchang, and other places. According to statistics from 8 o'clock yesterday to 8 o'clock today, maximum rainfall occurred in Dafeng, Sheban, Henan Province, namely 606.7 millimeters. If calculated from 03.00 to 03.00, rainfall in Dafeng reached 683.5 millimeters. As the low-altitude jet stream strengthens at night, the convective nature of night rain becomes prominent and intense. Maximum hourly rainfall also occurred at Dafeng Camp, reaching 148.3 millimeters from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock today. Tang Xiaojing said that rainfall continues in the east and south of Henan because the subtropical high pressure is stable and less mobile. The marginal jet stream is strong, and there is weak cold air on the north side that moves south to form a stable shear system. In the next 2 days, southern and southern Henan, there will still be continuous heavy rain in the east, and the cumulative rainfall in the southwest will obviously still be extreme, with significant intensity at night. Continuous high rainfall can cause subsequent disasters such as urban and rural waterlogging, flash floods, landslides, and mudslides. Henan, Yangxi, and other places in China have experienced extreme heavy rains in recent days, and reservoirs continue to emit floods. Henan officials said that as of 4 p.m. on July 17, 33 large and medium-sized reservoirs in Henan had issued floods due to exceeding flood limits. Local people complained about the flood discharge, which made the disaster worse. Experts point out that flood discharge under the Chinese Communist Party is one of the important causes of floods. According to mainland's CCTV News, the Water Resources Department of Henan Province stated that due to continuous rainfall at 4 p.m. on July 17, 33 large and medium-sized reservoirs in Henan exceeded the water level limit, and local residents of the area continued to carry out combined deliveries to release the flood in an orderly manner. According to Henan News Network, on July 16, Sun Shugang, member of the Standing Committee of the Henan Provincial Party Committee and Deputy Executive Governor, went to Sheban County and Tanghe County in Nanyang City to inspect and guide flood prevention and relief work. Sun Shugang carried out direct inspections of the strengthening of the Pani embankment in Sheban County and inspections and tasks on the dangerous section of the Tanghe River in Tanghe County. He stressed the need to strictly carry out responsibilities and complete the embankment strengthening work quickly, professionally, and efficiently. At the Sheban County Emergency Command Center, Sun Shugang held a flood control headquarters meeting.
受暴雨影响，今天中午12时许，河南省南阳段唐河水位上涨超过保证水位，形成第2次洪峰。
He emphasized that relevant departments at all levels must be mentally prepared to prevent major floods, rescue major dangers, and rescue major disasters, and strengthen the implementation of hidden danger investigation, monitoring and early warning, emergency support, and other measures. Move people at risk decisively and completely so that no household or person is left behind. It is necessary to strengthen the inspection and defense of river embankments, carry out consultation and analysis, departmental liaison and information sharing, coordinate the resources of all parties, and decisively win the fierce battle of flood prevention and relief. According to the Meteorological Department's forecast, Henan Province will experience several rounds of heavy rain next week. This rainfall will last a long time, and the cumulative rainfall will be large, heavy rainstorms in several areas, which will be extreme and cause disasters. On July 16, Liu Yangxi, secretary of the Henan Provincial Party Committee, issued instructions. He stressed that Henan Province has entered a critical period of flood control and is currently facing a severe situation with repeated heavy rainfall. Party and government committees at all levels in Henan Province, city and county should respond effectively, promptly relocate people at risk, mobilize sufficient emergency forces to carry out rescue operations, resolutely defend profits, and resolutely protect public safety. It is worth mentioning that starting on July 16, my country officially entered the critical period of 7 down and 8 up flood control, July 16 to August 15. From the analysis of historical data, during 7 declines and 8 increases, floods occurred frequently throughout the country, and floods in river basins were prone to occur. According to previous predictions of the Ministry of Water Resources, during this year's 7 drops and 8 rises, droughts and floods will occur in China at the same time, and floods will be more severe than droughts. Floods will become more frequent, more widespread, more frequent, and stronger. The impact of the disaster will be severe, and the situation will be grim and complex. On July 15, China Weather Network announced for 3 days starting today, the Sichuan Basin, located at the edge of subtropical high pressure in the area at the intersection of eastern Henan, southern Shandong, and northern Jiangsu and Anhui, is at its core. Areas with heavy rainfall. Heavy rain and torrential rain are coming, and in certain areas there are even heavy rainstorms. Henan Meteorology said that from July 15 to the morning of July 16, the strongest rainfall in the country occurred in Henan. Among them, heavy rain occurred in northeast Nanyang, north of Zhoukou, and south of Xuchang. Affected by heavy rainfall in recent days, waterlogging occurred in many places in Nanyang. Houses were flooded, roads were blocked, power was out, and people were trapped. CCTV reported that agricultural land in Nanyang was affected, with corn lodging. There is a lot of standing water on agricultural land, and crops such as corn and peanuts are still submerged in water. The specific area of agricultural land affected is still under further statistics. The Nanyang Flood Control and Drought Relief Headquarters raised the flood control emergency response level from level I to level I at 7 o'clock on July 16. According to the live rainfall ranking on the Central Meteorological Observatory website, from 9 o'clock on July 15 to 8 o'clock on July 16, the rainfall in Tanghe County, Nanyang City, Henan Province reached 418.6 millimeters, ranking first among national meteorological observation stations. On the same day, Wai Lu, chief service expert of the Henan Provincial Meteorological Service Center, said at a press conference held by the China Meteorological Administration that the reason for the extreme rainfall in Shiki was mainly caused by the Western Pacific subtropical high pressure pushing northward since early July and maintained in the Huangwei region. The warm and humid airflow on the southwest edge is continuously transported, leaving the atmosphere in this region in an unstable state with high energy and high humidity. As the weak cold air from the north spreads to the south, it meets the strengthened southwestern jet stream west of the Huangwei River, forming a process of heavy rain and heavy rain. The release of unstable energy, combined with uplift of the terrain, led to the emergence and continuation of very heavy local rainfall. According to CCTV's report on July 16, today and tomorrow, heavy rain in Henan will continue, and there may be heavy rain in some areas. At 18:30 on July 16, the Henan Meteorological Observatory upgraded and issued a red thunderstorm warning. On July 16, the Office of the National Committee for Disaster Prevention, Reduction and Relief and the Ministry of Emergency Management jointly allocated 10,000 disaster relief towels, blankets, household emergency kits, etc. to Henan and Shandong provinces together with the National Grain and Materials Reserve Bureau, based on the current heavy rains and floods and the need for disaster relief work from the Central Disaster Relief Supply.